Please, please, Shafiq, Johari, yeah. You can start to do already, okay? So I told you already, for rational function, B, I say state the equation of the vertical asymptote or asymptotes, depend on the question. Then draw the sine diagram, then sketch the graph for fx, then find the equation of horizontal asymptotes. Are you done? Okay, can I go through the discussion now? Part by part? Okay, who is the ASHRX9? I told you already, please put your name.
Sorry, miss, I can't change it right now. I don't know how to change it.
Why can't you change?
I don't know how, miss. I'm sorry.
Who are you? Can you please let me?
Ashwin.
Hmm?
Ashwin.
Okay. Then and I have no choice. I have to call you 9, okay? Okay. Can you please tell me what is the answer for part A? So when you want to do part A, what must you do first?
I'm not sure, miss.
Hello, young man. I say
Yeah.
in my class, you cannot say you are not sure. Yesterday, I put it step by step, correct? Did you bother? Did you bother to screenshot the step? If you don't want to copy down, at least you screenshot. Did you?
I think I have screenshots, I think.
You see, this is called initiative, young man.
Okay.
So you tell me. So that means you didn't learn anything from my class yesterday. Okay. Ashwinda, Ashwindaran. I can't wait for you, so I'm going to ask Bram. Bram, how to get the answer for part A?
The domain is x cannot be 2.
Okay. So first of all, when we talk about rational function, we have to say the bottom cannot be 0. Am I right? So x cannot be -2. So when we write the domain, we have to write it properly. X is any real number and x cannot be -2. Am I right?
Yeah.
So that is how you should write. Okay. Please write properly. This is set member of real number. R represent real number. When you learn set theory, you know, correct?
Yes.
If I put Z, it represent what? Integer. If I put W, is a set, name of a set represent whole number. Do you all know all this? You studied set before, am I right? Okay, then part B. State the equation of the vertical asymptote. Carol, Rampa. Carol?
Hello, miss. Hello.
Yeah.
Ah.
Can you tell me?
Yeah, I don't know how to do question number B.
How can you say, I told you already. in my class, anything I taught you before, you have no right to tell me you don't know. I want to be that serious. You don't wait until the exam come out, then you say Miss Do didn't teach. I give you with room, no room to complain. If you want to continue with this attitude, you are going to suffer. Okay, Brett, please tell me.
Is it x equals to -2?
So how come you know now? Who tell you that?
No, I just try to guess and look for like the previous, like from the previous classes. I just try and see what the questions and related.
Yeah. So why at the beginning you tell me you don't know?
Yeah, I forgot the method. That's why I referred back.
You cannot say you forgot. You have no choice, okay? So you refresh back. So you see, when you want to say practice make perfect, correct? I give you another question. Hello, young man. So,
Yes.
yeah, so the vertical asymptote. So please don't straight away tell me you don't know how to get the answer. X equal to -2. Okay, then part C. Draw the sign diagram. Okay, Christopher Tan.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
instruct me how to draw the sign diagram.
okay. You draw the line and then you
I draw the line.
put the points -2 and 1.5.
How you know I have to put -2 and 1.5? Okay, I put, you see whether I'm right or not. Am I doing the right thing?
I believe so.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so? I do the right thing? Okay, good. Chunyi, is there any mistake Miss Do have made? Chunyi,
Total line,
which one dotted line?
-2,
Why
and
-2? I have to put dotted line.
because it's not equals -2.
Because the domain X cannot be -2. So I have to put dotted line. Hello, Mr. Christopher Tan.
Sorry, miss.
Sorry, exam you do like that, you sorry to yourself. You see or not? So when you talk about maths, you not only have to understand the things, you have to be very careful. Okay. So I'm going to ask someone, how did Christopher get 1.5? Esan, Ishan, is it? Ishan, can you explain how this 1.5 come about?
It's the x-intercept.
It's the x-intercept. Okay. So how do I get it? Can you instruct me?
The fx put 0.
Yeah. So I purposely do it is to make sure everyone you get the skill of it. So I put the fx equal to 0. So my fx is 2x minus 3, x plus 2, correct? So I got 2x minus 3 equal to 0. So for a fraction to be 0, the top must be 0. So 2x equal to 3. So x equal to 3 over 2. So it's better to put 3 over 2 than to put 1.5. Okay, now we have done that. So now, what is the sign like? Amanda,
Plus.
tell me plus,
minus,
negative.
negative.
Sure.
Eh.
I don't think so, no? Can you please check properly? Like
Wait,
for
wait, I'm
example,
using my calculator.
yeah, for region C, correct? For region C, I put x equal to -3. So my fx, if according to my formula, yeah, -6 minus 3 divided by -3 plus 2. So it's 9. So it's positive, correct?
Yeah.
So exam, if I give you question like that, you look how I give the mark. Your quiz coming soon, huh? So here, okay, that is how I give the mark. The first part, you will have 2 marks. Vertical asymptote, 1 mark. Side diagram here, correct 1 mark. Side correct 1 mark. You don't show me all this calculation, it doesn't matter to me. Okay. So now, after draw the side diagram, you sketch the graph. Okay. Have you sketched the graph? So when you sketch the graph, what must you do? Yesterday I told you, correct? Ishan, tell me. Before I use my graphic calculator, so what must I do?
Press Y, put in the equation.
Yeah, I know. Put in the equation. Yes, yes, yes. So from the sine diagram, I must get ready my axis first. Because in the exam, you have to transfer the graph from the graphic calculator into the test paper, onto the test paper.
Dotted line.
So prepare the axis first.
Okay.
Okay. Then,
Put in the x-intercept and the -2.
yeah. Dotted line, correct? X equal to -2. Then the x-intercept is 1.5. Okay. Right? Do you think it's good that I get a y-intercept as well? Or no need? You can straight away go to your graphic calculator and get the graph. So how is the graph look like? By the way, the y-intercept is when x equal to 0, the y-intercept is -3/2 is here. Somewhere here. Okay? So how is the graph look like? Is the graph look like this? Yes? Is that how it look like? Huh? Ishan?
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Okay, good. So everyone, you know how to do it, step by step. Okay, now how to do part E. Yesterday we have done, correct, how to study part E, horizontal asymptote. Okay, who is the lucky one next? Hauser.
Horizontal is 2.
How to find horizontal asymptote? Give me step by step.
Limit x approaches infinity.
Okay, so I put as x approaches infinity. So next step?
X plus 2 approaches infinity.
x plus 2. Okay, up to you. You want to talk about the bottom, you want to talk approaches infinity. Then how about next one?
2x minus 3 approaches to infinity.
Yeah, 2x minus 3 approaches. We try not to write to infinity, okay? Up to you. In your mind, you put to infinity. But over here, we still put infinity, okay?
Okay.
Are you clear?
Yes.
Okay. So you know that the first infinity is, the second infinity is 2 times bigger than the first infinity. Are you clear? So this one you put at the side in your mind. So now,
Excuse me, teacher. I don't really understand this part.
what do you mean by you don't understand this part?
I don't understand this method.
What do you mean by you don't understand this method?
I don't know how to do this question.
What do you mean by you don't know how to do this question? When I write as x approaches infinity, what am I trying to do? Yesterday I told you already.
I don't really understand it very well.
What do you mean by you don't really understand the first part? What I got mentioned what?
Yeah, I didn't really understand.
So
this,
you tell me, when I put as x approaches infinity, what does that mean?
As it enters yeah, I'm not sure.
You try lah. I mentioned already. I mentioned before already.
Can I just get a straight answer?
Why? Why should I give you the straight answer? You try to give me the answer. Or you ask your friend, just now your friend who is the one who give me this answer, you ask him to explain to you.
Okay.
No, you ask now. Do you know who am I asking just now? Who is solving this problem just now? Do you know that? How's correct?
Yes.
Okay, you ask how's explain. What
Uh,
is the meaning of this?
That means x approaches infinity. Oh, I
Are
don't
you
know how to explain.
That means I want to know what happened to my function when the value of x is become very, very big. So that is what I want to study now. Because you want to know vertical, horizontal asymptote, you have to know if the x value become very big, what will happen to the graph? That is the way to do. So when I say x approaches infinity, that means if now x increase from 0 to a very big number, now it reach a very big number, what will happen to my function? So this is the way I want to know. That is the meaning of want to know horizontal, whether horizontal asymptote exists or not. There are certain cases whereby as x tends toward infinity, the function also tends to infinity. That means there's no limit. So when we study this, we are talking about, I want to know if I change the value of x, what happened to y? Is there a limitation? Hello?
Okay, so how do you find the horizontal asymptote from this?
Yeah, so I'm studying now. So I have to go by step process. So you have to start with this step, no other way. Do you get me? Hello? If you want to find the horizontal asymptote, first of all, you have to study, is there a limitation to the value of the y? So you have to start with this step. If you have any other better method, you let me know. Are you okay? So sometime in maths, people tell you that is the best method to do, you better follow the method. That's why when you want to learn maths, there are a lot of discipline there. You have to discipline yourself. You have to be a very obedient child. You obey. You have no choice because you don't know. You have to obey the way to do it. After you get used to the way of doing it, then only you can be creative. Don't try to be creative right from the very beginning if you don't even know the law. You see or not? So why there are some people who find that maths, they cannot understand maths, is because they want to be different. You want to be good in maths, the very first thing in class, don't try to be different. You have to obey the law first. Obedience is the most important criteria in learning maths. So I tell you that there is no other way other than, or you can look at the graph. If I look at the graph, I know that there is a horizontal asymptote here. But I still don't know the value. I still have to study from here. I also can get the value from the graph. I don't want to let you know. You go and explore. This one I slowly review to you. This one you can be creative. You can get it from the graph after you have learned it. There's one more button I didn't tell you. I want to see whether my student go and explore or not. Okay, so the one who asked, do you have a choice not to start like that? Hello, the person who is the one
No.
who asked? No.
No.
So that is how you do. Obey. So that means I want to study what happened to the function when x become very big. So I have to start with this step. Then my function is made up of two expressions. So I study each expression properly in relation to this value of x. Clear? Hello? Okay, so now what happened to my fx? How's the?
Yes.
Mm.
Fx
Mm.
equal to 2.
No, cannot say equal to 2. How's the? Approaches
2.
2. Okay, approaches 2. Okay, now if you look at the graph, when it approach infinity this way, correct? The rest of the value of y is, so this is become the upper limit, correct? So how it approach y equal to 2? We write there from below. So I know that the graph for my fx is below the line y equal to 2. When x approaches infinity. Okay, so now we study another direction. As x approaches negative infinity, that means this side to the left side. Okay, I'm going to ask another person. Okay, Ian, Ayman, tell me.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me what happened.
Uh, 2x minus 3 will approach negative infinity.
Then
X minus 2 will also approach negative infinity.
so therefore my fx approach,
Negative 2.
huh?
Oh,
Sure.
2.
Approach 2. And this one, you see the graph is, so you see from above. Okay, so therefore, the horizontal asymptote is y equal to 2. So that's why this line you look. Okay, now if you want to see the horizontal asymptote, okay, give you some bonus. You can go to your, do you see above the button graph? Above the button graph, what is the blue color?
Table.
Table. So you want to get the table of value for this function, correct? What you can do is you press second, then this button graph. Then you will see a table come up. Can everyone try? Then you see you scroll your X. You see it approach. Yeah, as your X become bigger and bigger. You see the number closer and closer to 2. Am I right? Hello?
Yes.
So you also can get that like that. So you also can have some idea what is the horizontal asymptote based on the table there. Okay? But if we ask you to find the horizontal asymptote, okay, we want the exact value, so you have to show us. But we will phrase the question in such a way, okay, state, okay, the limiting value for y when x approaches infinity. We will state like that. Okay? So these are the skill that every one of you must have. So that's why I say you based on the same example, you repeat 10 times. And make sure it's correct every time you repeat. And you understand every single part of it. Instead, I give you 10 questions to do. And every time, every part you say, I don't know how to do, I don't know how to do. Are you clear? So I purposely write it nicely in one page so that you can screenshot it if you don't want to take notes. Okay. You see, that is how we use technology. Then you can file it as your electronic notes. Isn't it? Okay, now, so today I'm going to go to another function, this type of function, okay? So next week, I'm going to go through another 2 type of function. Okay, I'm going to talk about this type of function. Okay, have you ever seen this type of function? Right, for example, I give you y. Okay, I say given gx is equal to negative square root of x squared minus 3. Okay, this type of function, we call it radical function. That means it involves square root. Okay, when you have things about square root, we know pretty well square root of a positive number is real. Square root of a negative number is not real. Correct? So when you are given a radical function, the first issue is I have to tell the expression in the square root must be more than or equal to 0. Am I right? So this will help us to determine the domain for any radical functions. So when you have this radical function, so first thing, if you want to draw the sign diagram, you also have to determine the domain first. So the way to determine the domain will be very different from what? From rational function, correct? So how to determine the domain? So whatever in the expression in the square root must be equal to or greater than 0. Am I right? So what will I do? I will write down here. X squared minus 3 must be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so now how to solve this inequality, class? How to solve this inequality? So this is like a new function for you. So to solve inequality, what do you do? Hello? Okay. I call name, huh? Okay, Chris Halini. Chris Halini.
Yes.
How to do? Miss don't teach you already. How to solve inequality.
Using sign diagram.
Okay, Miss Halini. Okay, your line something wrong, is it? I can't hear you clearly. Okay, never mind. Can I call someone else? Jin Hao. Lao Jin Hao.
Jen.
Jen Hao. Jen Hao.
Yeah.
How to solve inequality?
You bring H3 to the other side.
Are you sure?
No.
You solve inequality like that, you die flat, I tell you. That is unless it's linear, then you can do that. If it's quadratic or cubic, you better don't do that. Please, please kick off your habit in your high school. Solve inequality can never do it like that. Okay, I don't want to show. If you want to solve inequality, everyone listen here, other than linear. The rest of the function, you please do it this way. First, I write it in black because this is not my part of it. So first, I have to draw the sign diagram of fx. So my fx is x squared minus 3. Okay? So I have to find the x-intercept first. So I draw the number line. Negative root 3. Root 3. Right? Am I going too fast?
No.
Then I determine the sign. This is fx, not gx. So here is a plus, here is a minus, and here is a plus. All right? So I want it to be greater than 0. So I choose this region. Are you okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, therefore, from here, I can get the domain already. So the domain for gx is x. X is a member of real number. X must be less than or equal to negative root 3, or x must be more than or equal to root 3. Okay, so now I can draw the sign diagram for what? For my gx. So you see how I draw my sign diagram? Root 3, negative root 3, dotted line, root 3. Why? Why here I have to put dotted line between negative root 3 and root 3? Why must I put dotted line? Madeline?
Because cannot be equal to.
Yeah, because it is not part of the domain. Correct? So now you test for the sign. Here is a minus. Here is a minus. You know square root, correct? If in front I put minus, definitely is negative. Am I right? Okay. So can you please try to sketch the graph by yourself? Can you try to sketch the graph by yourself? You put negative, not put minus, negative, then you put negative, then you put square root, then you key in x squared minus 3. Okay, then you can go to the window. You can go to the window, up to you. Or if not, you can just do a zoom standard. If I do a zoom standard also is fine. Okay. You still remember what is the meaning of zoom standard, correct? So if you want to see a better picture of it, you put negative 20, then when x maximum to 20, then you do a zoom fit, then you see how it go. The graph look very funny, correct?
Teacher, your screen froze.
Huh? What?
Your screen is frozen.
My screen is frozen. I didn't write anything, what?
Oh, okay, okay.
I didn't write anything, okay? X squared minus 3. So you see your calculator give you a very funny graph. Yeah, correct? So the graph go like that. So you see here is your negative root 3. And here is your root 3. Right? And you see your graph, the graph, it doesn't touch here. So it is below here like that. It go in this way. So when we sketch the graph, you see your graphic calculator doesn't give you a good view of it. So that is how you go. Yeah. Radical function. Okay, you can exaggerate a little bit. So this one look like a straight line. Actually, it's not. Actually, it's a curve. Okay. So this is radical function. So when you see radical function, this part is very important. This part. It helps you to determine the domain. So from here, I can also get that the range. The range, that means my value of gx. Okay, so y, you can say here is y. So y is a member of real number and y is less than or equal to 0. Because the whole graph is below the x-axis. There's no turning point for here. Okay, when you talk about turning point later, we will study that in chapter 3. So important thing, how to get the domain. Okay, so we have learned 3 types of function: polynomial, the domain, you just get it, or real number. Rational, domain, you have to take care of the denominator. This one, okay? Radical function, you have to take care of whatever in the square root. Right? If in the square root is a linear, then it's fine. But if it's a quadratic or a cubic or can be a rational as well, then you have to take notes of that. Are you clear? Hello?
Yes.
So I can change the function. Method will not change. Yeah, method will not change. Yeah, so next week we are going to talk about exponential function and logarithmic function. So if whoever got time, you go and read up about that so that it's easier for you to understand. So when you want to do well in a subject, you get prepared first before the class. Class, are you okay?
Yes.
So you don't have to have a lot of exercise. You remember the way to do. That is how we study higher level maths. If you want, you go and create your own radical function, then you try to solve it, you put into the calculator, you get it. That is called a learner who is very initiative. Yeah. It's not that I can set tons of questions for you to do. But what is the purpose? Right? We are no more in a childhood level. So you are young adults already. Get me? Okay, thank you, class.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Yeah.
Thank you, miss.
Thanks,
you.
miss.
Mm.